Knitworthy, sharing our love of the fiber arts from the heart of the Ozarks. Hello, and welcome to the Knitworthy podcast. This is episode number 28. Today is Wednesday, March 11th, 2015, and we are here, and so are you, and we're so glad. Yay! Mom has provided some ambiance for us today.
I know. I wanted it to be shown more, but it does kind of do a little havoc with the camera, so just light your candle, though. I thought we need to be enjoying these podcasts.
Yes.
In every way.
Yes, and this is a very special candle. Why is it a special candle?
Well, my daughter and Brianne's sister, Heather, made it for us for Christmas, and it's adorable. It's in a ball jar. I don't know, maybe you can see it better if I do this. Can we? Oh, it's just a hard one to see. Anyway, she made candles for us. So Heather,
she
you're
made
with us
candles
today.
Yes. Yes.
And you are Brianne, my lovely daughter. What are you also known as?
I'm also known as Being Brianne on Ravelry and Instagram. And this is Linda, my gorgeous mother.
Also known as Stony Brook.
You messed me up.
I'd totally mess you up. Yeah, I knew it. Oh, funny.
You moved things around on me and I panicked.
I know. Candles, change the lineup a little.
Goodness, yes.
I have some very exciting things, though. Oh, we should probably do what we're wearing.
Well, yeah, let's go in order.
Okay.
Yes. So, Mom, what are you wearing?
Mine ties in with what I was going to say anyway,
so
okay. It works. We have our theme in the Knitworthy podcast group on Ravelry is March is for Matching, right?
March is for matching.
Okay. I have a lot of matching things today.
Tell me.
I'm wearing, well, first of all, I'm wearing this beautiful scarf that Brianne gave me for Christmas.
Yes.
And I believe I've worn it before.
You have. That's the Shaylin.
The Shaylin. I was going to call it Shayna Dean, but I think that's actually someone on Ravelry, so it's not. Sorry.
Shayna Dean, if you're watching, this is not yours. Sorry.
Can't have it. But if you noticed, I tied it behind me because someone we love has been known to podcast with a shawl tied ever so lovely around her shoulders, just like this. Can you guess?
No.
Rhymes with yawn, but they are not a yawn. And if I do this,
would that be Dawn from
Wolf Farms? Dawn from Wolf Farms. I'm matching you today. And then, I don't know if you have had a chance to watch Molly from A Homespun House.
No.
She's adorable. She's got to be, I can't guess people's ages. She could be...
That's a dangerous game to play.
Anywhere from 20 to 30-ish, something. But she's having a baby. She lives in Germany.
Yes.
And her mom is like her mom. Her grandmother's a really famous person in the crafting world.
Okay.
And she's a homespun house, and she had the cutest hairdo this week.
Yeah.
It probably wasn't this week. It was probably like last week. But she had her braid on the side, and I thought, I'm totally going to match Molly.
I think you should.
I can't rock the 20 to 30, but hey, I can braid my hair. 2 things I matched.
Wow. I love it.
Yeah, I've thrown down the gauntlet. See what you can do now.
I can't match that.
What are you wearing? That sounded bad. What are you wearing? Wait. I can do another one.
What?
Brianne Keene, what are you wearing?
Ooh, wow.
Do you know who that is?
No.
Oh, man, I'm totally getting her today. Obi-Wan Knitter.
From Bakery Bears.
Bakery Bears.
I haven't watched them enough to...
You need to, because he introduces everything like, Kay Jones, what's on your needles?
Oh, I like
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, Brianne Keene, what's on your shoulders?
If we had any hope for anonymity, that's not happening.
We're just throwing names to the wind. Next comes Social Security numbers, get your pen. Just kidding.
Isaac was talking about going over to a friend's house. Isaac is my 15-year-old brother and your 15-year-old son.
Mm-hmm.
And, he was talking about going over to a new friend's house. And you guys were like, well, make sure we have his address and his phone number and everything.
We need to know them.
Yes. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll just send him a message on Facebook, or I'll put it on Facebook." And I'm thinking, "Oh, please don't put our address on Facebook."
Oh, yeah.
There are certain things that you don't want to put out on Facebook for the whole entire world to see. And I think your address and your phone number and really personal information like that.
I'm guessing people can find it, but let's not make it too easy, right?
Exactly. Well, and I think even on iTunes it has both of our full names, like Linda Lee and Brienne Keene.
Because
so
they make you put a name
us
on.
Yeah.
I mean, really, when you log into a lot of these now, they really want a first and a last name. I know people who have made up names. But
yeah,
I didn't feel like I could lie to the people who are the internets.
That's right.
They would know.
The internet commissioners.
They might cut me off.
Oh, we can't have that. No.
So what are you wearing after I've interrupted you 12 times now?
I'm wearing my Pagona, which is by Stephen West, and I think this is the first time I've really worn it like with the back actually in the back and not like a kerchief kind of style with the back that's in the front. So I like how it kind of ruffles. Sophie Lee. Does she have a middle name? We need to start using it. Sophie.
That could be a fun contest, finding a middle name for Sophie. She wants to go out. Let me just do that.
All right.
See ya.
So this is the Pagona, and it was such a fun knit because as you can see there are little triangles. There's one here, and then there's one that goes on my shoulder. Hello. Sorry. And so anyways, then there's of course another one here and one here, and then one that's at the very center back of the shawl. And so it was a really fun knit, and it was challenging at first, especially as you're trying to get the triangles established. Welcome back. As you're trying to get the triangles established, it was challenging. But then, of course, as you learn the pattern, then you go, you know what to expect, and it makes it a lot easier. So,
would you knit again?
I definitely would. I probably, because it's an interesting shape. Here we go. I'll show you. Can you hold that up on that side for me?
Of course.
You can see the triangles now. This part here, which is in stockinette, and then these intermediate parts, which are in reverse stockinette. I don't know that I have a lot of uses for a shawl for many shawls this shape.
And what it really does is come back around. So it's not going to lay like a typical triangular shawl.
Right.
It's going to really circle your neck.
Yes, which it feels really nice. But as I was saying, because it's not a traditional shawl shape, I don't know that I would have a lot of uses for one in each color. But I would definitely knit it again just for the entertainment factor.
So you've worn it backwards. Have you worn it to the side?
No, I have not.
I'm wondering if this would lend itself to doing...
She's dressing me. I love this. Flashbacks.
Can I try your hair now? I want to do the really high ponytail here.
Only if it's slightly to the side.
Let's see. Am I doing it the wrong way? I am. There we go. Let's try this. Okay. How does this work for you?
I like that too.
Is that a little bit too... Do you like it more...
No, I think that's good.
Anyway, however you like.
There's options, people.
You probably don't want to burn your neck. That's a little bit warm today.
Oh, sorry.
Does it feel like it's choking you a little?
No, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it does lend itself to some drapey things.
It does, just for sure.
Not quite what you're used to working with, I suppose.
No, not as much. But I will say that I would definitely knit again for a gift.
Okay.
So yeah.
Great.
Yes.
Wonderful.
So let's talk about gooseberries, shall we?
I have so many.
You have so many?
I really do.
I really only have one. Can I share my one?
Do your one.
Okay. My gooseberries are our tasty weekly chit chat where we talk about highlights of our week or fun things. And mine is, my husband has been gone now. He comes back today.
Your gooseberries? That your husband's gone?
Oh, he's coming back today. That's the gooseberry.
I hope he's not watching.
No. And luckily, since we live together, Mom and I, our families share a house. So it's not like I'm completely alone with the 3 kids, but I did actually send Ailish down to Mom because she was having a little bit of a hissy fit. And I was at that point where I was like, you know, if I don't send her someplace, it's not going to be pretty for anybody. And so I sent her, I said, why don't you go downstairs and sit next to Dee for a little while? And so she did. And apparently she calmed down.
Oh, she was super angry when she came down. But you know what totally won her over? We found Brain Games.
Oh, that's totally right up her alley.
Yeah, I've seen it on Netflix and never watched it.
Yeah.
And it happened to be playing on cable, which we now have.
Yay!
And so, yeah, we enjoyed that together. So,
yeah.
It worked out great.
Well, I'm super thrilled that Brian is coming back home. And he went to go to Phoenix, Arizona, for a trip with his dad and his 3 brothers because they have... they decided they wanted to go see the spring training for baseball, you know, like Major League Baseball players. And my husband is a huge baseball fan. All of the brothers played baseball, and Brian actually had a scholarship for baseball for college. So they are baseball lovers, and so when they asked Brian to come on this trip, he was like, "Can I go?" Like, what am I going to say?
It's like Christmas for him.
Exactly. So he's had such a fun time, but he told me he was ready to come home. And I said, that's great because I'm so ready to have you home. I didn't tell him that. I told him I missed him. But I didn't tell him that I was desperate to have him home again until after he told me that he was ready to be home.
Good plan.
Yeah. I didn't want to make him, you know, feel bad or anything.
Yeah, I get it.
I need my man.
Of course.
Yes. So tell me about your gooseberries. Your many, many gooseberries.
So many.
Okay, so tell me.
Well, first of all, I was thinking, I don't have any gooseberries this week. And I started thinking, oh, wait, I do. My first gooseberry I was very excited watching Wolf Farms.
Yes.
Because they mentioned us.
What? When? It was from the episode from a couple days ago?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
Uh-huh. We got a shout out. You know why?
Why?
Because I wrote in.
You did? Oh, was it like the Farmer's Almanac?
It was. It was
we'll take what we can get.
I know. I'm all excited. I'm thinking, oh, she said my name. I go, oh, yeah, I wrote in, didn't I? But, so that was really fun getting to hear. I don't know why that thrills me, but it does.
Totally.
So anyway, I wrote in, and one of the things I was asking is if they've gone to any of the healthier cleaning choices. I figured with her sensitivities that she's got, that Dawn probably has some good ideas. You'll have to watch the podcast to see what she says. But one of the things I did want to share was I had asked if they'd ever thought about making a wool wash. Because they do a nice line of soaps and lotions and things like that.
I know they have like bar soap, but then they recently introduced liquid hand soap too.
They did. I haven't tried the liquid, but I love the bar soap.
Yeah.
I actually have a couple in my cart waiting, so I'll be back. But she says she uses her bar soap.
Oh, really?
For washing her woolens. Now, you wouldn't leave it in.
No.
You'd want to rinse it out. But she says it works great.
And, they have a lot of different, I was going to say flavors. They have a lot of different.
You could eat them.
Don't lick the soap.
No.
But that would be really nice to be able to have an opportunity to have different scents with your knitwear.
I agree. And so I just thought I'd just kind of give a shout out for them that you might want to try their soaps for washing your hand knits.
Yeah.
Now, one thought I had, and Dawn, if you get around to watching this podcast, I'm very curious as to whether, I'm assuming you're not rubbing the soap on your hand knits, but that you are making a soapy wash out of, kind of like... Yeah, putting your hands under the water with the soap and making the soap go into the water.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what you do. But one thought I had was if you were just going to use the bar for your wool wash, which I shower with mine, so... but if you wanted to have one just for wool wash, hush, I didn't buy you one. I totally outed myself. Maybe next time. But if you didn't want to have it as your bar soap for your bath, I was thinking, I wonder if you could cut the soap Now, I know there's a certain point when soap can be cut.
Yeah.
And it's basically a steel blade, and I have one of those.
Yeah.
But I don't know if once it's cured, because it takes a few weeks, they said, for it to cure. Once it's cured, maybe it's not so cuttable. I don't know. So, Dawn, there's my question. Could we cut it into slivers so we don't have to get the whole... Although I'm thinking maybe she sells sample sizes. That might be the other way to get it.
It's a good option.
A fun thing. So that was my first gooseberry I got to mention. We got to mention, actually. The second one is I got blogged about.
Well, mentions and blogged about. I'm telling you, she's
I just don't know what to do with myself. I am like, I have been jumping all around downstairs. Good thing no one was there to see me, because they would have totally thought I was nuts. But I woke up this morning and found that Danelle Marie on Ravelry, who is also my Missouri friend here, she blogged about me.
How did you find that she had blogged about you?
Well, she sent me a message on Ravelry that said she had borrowed a picture.
Yeah.
I don't care. Unless you're if you're selling a picture for $1 million, I care. If you're just going to use it, feel free. But she has a really cute blog. I didn't even realize she did that. But look at her cute handy heart.
That turned out so adorable. Yes.
Isn't it cute?
Yes.
And she said her workshop was like outdoors and she was making it in the middle of the night. So she wanted to not have to go fishing for a button. So she made this cute little flower closure.
Way to make it work for yourself, Danelle.
Yes.
Good job.
And now I'm probably going to mess myself up, but I'm thinking she might have put the instructions for what she did on her blog. And I will have a link to her blog in our show notes. And let me see, maybe it's listed on this picture. Oh, stink. I'm going to forget it too. Anyway, it's Danelle Marie. Do you remember the name of her blog? I want to say thank you. Anyway.
Hold on.
Danelle, make sure that you put that heart on our contest, because those who put pictures project linked into that prize thread, I will be drawing at the end of the month for I'm pointing with my pen, sorry. I will be drawing a winner for a $20 gift card to Etsy. I mean, think of all the things you could get. So you could be a winner.
Her blog is 3 Strands Fiberworks, and it's Fiberworks is Fibre .blogspot.com, and we will put a link to that in the show notes, which is at knitworthypodcast.com.
Yes, we will. So that's Tanya Marie.
But no, not Tanya Marie.
I mean, not
Danelle.
Danelle. But is her middle name
not even
Marie?
Close.
Am I giving her a middle name? Danelle. No, I think it's Danelle something. Marie. Is it Marie? I think it is. Anyway. Yeah, she's wonderful. I keep trying to... We actually started talking about podcasting before we had started podcasting. And she needs to do one because she is so interesting. She's the one that has the beehive.
Oh, yeah.
And she does so many things.
Does she read persimmons?
I don't know, Danelle. Do you read persimmons? She probably could. She's really smart. She is like a very intelligent person, and she's game to try anything.
I love people like that.
I do too.
I'm not necessarily one of those people, but I love people like that.
I do too. And the last one is, I just wanted to remind everybody, since this is the spot where we would normally have our guest.
Yes.
Since I don't know, I fell down a hole of, you know how I get when I'm investigating things and working on something?
Totally do.
I had the light bulb go off over my head, and I had this idea I was pursuing, and all of a sudden it's time to podcast. I'm like, wait! So we don't have a guest this week. But next week, our special guest will be Knits by Jamie. And I'm very excited to see Jamie in person because she has posted in the group.
Yeah.
And so that will be coming next week. Knits by Jamie. I messaged you.
Awesome.
And if you have any questions, let me know. But make sure you sign up in our Please Be Our Guest thread.
Please do. We would love to have you here. And you know what? I'm getting messages and people are posting on the boards that they love that segment.
Oh, good.
They love it when people come on because they love to see people who are part of our Knitworthy family.
It is really fun. I'm loving getting to know some of these people that I've seen on Ravelry, and I just wonder what are they like, and just finding out they're just as wonderful as their little profile picture.
Absolutely. It's you learn a little bit about a person's personality, by interacting with them on Facebook, on Ravelry. But it's very different to actually be able to see their mannerisms and, hear their voice and, see them, in person.
Yeah.
In person.
Well, we call it in person.
Yeah. But, so I'm really enjoying
I am too.
Yeah.
I am too.
And if you haven't signed up, we'd love for you to.
Yes, and just if you haven't caught it before, you could just wave if you want to and say, my name is whatever.
Exactly.
So,
can I make a suggestion?
Of course.
This is really beautiful. I'm afraid for people who have sensitive eyes that it might be a little bit much.
Do you think someone's getting a seizure right now?
No, probably not a seizure, but you know how it is with sometimes people have
I want to have a cute podcast. So then what are you going to put that's cute right here? How about my cup? No, that's even worse. That's not cute.
I made that cup cozy for you. It's adorable.
Well, it's not cute because you could only see the top rim.
That's true.
You have me hold like this the whole time.
Yeah, like it's some sort of she beverage, and we're like,
okay. So here's our goal for next week. We're going to try and find a Gerber daisy and put it in one of our cute little mini vases.
It's time to bring them out for sure.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Well, let's talk about what we're knitting.
And since I've talked so much, let's just take it away, Bria.
Okay. I have been doing some knitting. I'm going to start out with...
You act like that's a surprise. What a shock.
I know. It's a knitting podcast and Brian's done some knitting. What is this? No, to save my sanity, I've been doing quite a bit of knitting. Not as much as I probably need to have done to save my sanity for reals, but in pretend, I've been doing... I don't know.
This was just balls of yarn last week.
This was just balls of yarn last week. You want to hold that for me?
Sure.
This is the Ishbel by Isolde Teague, and I have finished the stockinette portion and have done the first row of lace, which is not very much, but here, look at my lace skills. There are holes there. That means that's lace. Intentional holes.
Look at 2, then not 2. Oh, I'm giving the pattern away.
Oh, don't do that. Evan has my iPad. Otherwise, I would show you what that pattern actually looks like. But that's okay because I'll be linking to it in the show notes. And it's an older pattern, not like old, but it's been around for several years, so it's possible that you've seen someone make it or you've made it yourself.
No, I'll try and pop in a photo at the end, so stay tuned to the end if you want to see what Ishbel looks like. But what is it that drew you to this pattern, and why are you making it?
This is for my Marches for Matching.
Okay.
And I wanted to knit this because Lala from the Knit Girls just finished one. And she made the large size, which is what I'm making, and I think it turned out so beautiful.
Okay.
It's a great size, and I was just very...
Is it the size lengthwise or the depth of it that you like?
I like the fact that it has a large wingspan.
Okay.
So not to give it away anything, but you increase more on the sides than you do down the center, so you end up with something that's going to end up nice and long.
Oh, that's great.
I mean, you can tell, just by, us holding it up that it's going to end up being, a pretty good size shawl.
And it's not one that does like your one that you're wearing, the pagona. It doesn't circle.
I don't believe so.
It appears to be a straighter edge.
It does. Good. So,
and what color did she do hers in?
I don't recall.
Okay.
I don't recall. But I am using Araucania Renko, which is, I bought this on our trip. Remember when we went to Tulsa on our way to California?
Yes.
Which was when
Is
English
that
was
loops
one.
down there?
Yeah.
They've moved since we were there last.
They have.
So at some point, we've got to try and get down there.
I know. Brian's flying into Tulsa today.
You want to go pick him up?
We have to leave now.
Okay. Maybe.
And he drove there in his own car, so he'll have to drive himself home anyways.
Okay.
But so this stash is like 6 years old. Oh no, almost 7 years old. So it has been finally marinated and has been waiting.
Yes, I think we showed it last week, but I do love it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Not anytime soon, but you continue playing and have fun and be a good boy, okay? Oh, well, we'll give it back to you in just a few minutes, all right? Thank you. That would be Evan. He's trying to be very patient.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so that's it for Ishbel. Since I don't do a whole lot of lace, I've been reserving this for the evening times now that I'm on the lace section. But since I've been doing the solo parenting thing, by the time I get Evan to bed, because he's been sleeping with me, like my ability to stay up past 9 o'clock.
You're dozy at dinner, honey.
I know. I'm like this at dinner.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Is it charted or written or both?
Both.
Okay, and what are you using?
Right now, I'm using the chart.
Okay.
So
I was just glad what I'm working on has written instructions is all I can say. Because I don't want any more accidental shawls like I did when I was trying to do.
Oh, yes.
Yes, the
Whispering Pines.
Whispering Pines.
Yes.
I still want to do that one.
I think you should.
I'm just going to have to unravel and fix that.
This is my sock head hat. Well, actually, it'll be Brian's sock head hat because he is the one who had requested to get one. He didn't request so much as give me puppy dog eyes when I showed him mine, when he found out that it wasn't for him.
To me, any man that wants a knit deserves one.
I know. I showed Dad the socks that I finished this week, and I said, "These are for you for Christmas," and he goes, "Thanks." And I'm like, "I'm just kidding. They're not for you. They're for Mom." And he goes, "Oh, good."
He and I are so opposite because he is very, everything's got to be very typical, you know. And so yesterday I put on my blue nails. They're jamberries, and I've got, this one's polka dot, this one's polka dot, and I was so excited. Go, look at I've got blue nails, and he goes, "Oh." It's like, did you intend to have that?
How funny.
So I had to say, I love them, don't you?
Yeah. Well, the other thing of keeping myself sane for the last 6 days has been I may have had a major yarn winding session and cast on a few things.
Yay.
So
you were threatening to do it. So
I was, and I did it. Do you recognize this yarn by any chance? This should look familiar to you.
Well, it looks like one I might have in my jar downstairs, do I?
No.
Okay, then what is it?
This is the yarn that you dyed for me when you took a class from Peggy at...
Really?
Yeah. You made this.
No memory.
You made this.
What?
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful.
It is.
Are you sure?
I'm very sure. Now that shows up as a much lighter green. It has more like seafoamy green colors where there's just a tinge of blue and a little bit of spring green. It's not as washed out as that shows it. I think back here it shows a little bit more correctly, but and there are little flecks of yellow in there. And these are going to be the Zigzagular socks by Prairie Girl Susie of the Prairie Girls Knit and Spin podcast, which you should be listening to because they are stinking adorable. I love them.
There you matched somebody, so you've met your quota. You had at least two matches today.
There we go. See, I knew I would do it. So I cast on for this last night, and I got a few rows in. The things that I cast on for, I did not get a ton of time into because it was just last night that I did them, but...
that looks really pretty.
Thank you very much.
I honestly, did I do that?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm very sure. Okay. I remember. It didn't have a tag or anything on it, and I remember you giving that to me. Because otherwise you're taking credit for somebody else's work, and that's not cool.
I think I could never do it again. Sorry.
I also started a pair of socks for Brian. Do you remember my Hufflepuff socks, my black and yellow socks? And oh, update, I thought I had lost one of them. I found one of them when we moved. The other one.
Oh, good.
Yes, it was behind our bookshelf.
How did that happen?
I don't know. So anyways, so these are his Ravenclaw socks, which shall match my Hufflepuff socks. This is not Ravenclaw, the Ravenclaw colors from the book, which are like a blue and a bronze, but the Ravenclaw colors from the movies, because we could not find a suitable
bronze.
Yeah, it was really hard to find.
So are you striping these?
I'm going to be striping these. Here is the toe. Dun, dun, dun. I wanted to try to get the first stripe of gray in there for you, or silver, but that did not happen. So you'll just have to imagine that that's what comes next. And I am using the Loopy U Solid series for this.
These has nice stitch definition, don't you think?
It does. It's very hard-working yarn. It's going to last forever, I can tell you, because my Hufflepuff socks have really held up really, really well. The gray is called Dove, and the blue is Cobalt. So there you go.
Fun.
So I think those are going to be really fun. And I don't know that he knows about this. So
I shouldn't go saying, how do you like your socks?
I mean, you can, but I'm really bad about not showing him the things that I'm knitting on. He does really good at showing interest in the things that I'm working on, so I have fun with that. One last thing. Usually you're the one with a million things. This time I'm the one with a million things.
Go for it. I love it.
This is going to be a Christmas present for Mom, so
Yay! I'll never remember.
She won't. It'll be great.
I love the red already.
This
and the black.
Yes. For some reason, I don't know, it wound up weird. But this is a little mini skein that'll be a heel and a toe for this, which I love the color, the different colors of red.
And that's really my color red, as opposed to these red walls actually behind us are going like they're purple or pink. They're actually a red, but there must be a very blue red because it pops purple. But this is more the red that's my favorite.
Yes.
Love.
And this is also from the Loopy U. It's a Loopy U kind of casting on period for me, apparently. This is from their seasoning series, and you're going to love the name.
Okay.
It's called Tickety Boo.
I love it. Anything English.
I know.
I'm all about it. Tickety Boo.
So when I saw the red and the black and the name Tickety Boo, I said, those are socks for my mother.
And I see to remember Tickety Boo means like everything's A-okay.
Yeah.
So I am thrilled. I can't wait to open those.
So I'm calling them the Tickety Boo for You socks.
Oh, cute.
Yes. I have not cast these on, obviously, because here's my needle. There you go. There's nothing on it. I can only cast on so many things in a night, people. I'm sorry. I hate to tell you. So that's it for me.
Fantastic.
Yes. Why don't you talk about what you've been working on?
Okay. What I've been working on.
Well, try to get everything back in the bag.
First of all, I thought I'd bring out, this is another Fat Squirrel bag.
So pretty.
And I love the bag. I think that was actually my very first one. I don't think I have a lot. I think I have like 2. I plan on adding to my collection. But these socks were started last spring. I think I talked about them last week, but didn't actually bring them. But
yeah, that's correct.
This is where I was, not last spring, actually last summer.
Okay.
I had gone toe up and gone past the heel. And so in the last week, I've done this much. Well, actually, I probably did this much last week. And this week I did. I'm like within, a few rows of starting a Fish Lips Kiss heel.
Is that your preferred heel now?
It is.
Is it really?
I'm all about it. And this is Lemnet Crochet's Rounded Toe.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, what background? I'll put on my shirt background. Can you see? Here, let's see if I can get closer. Nicely rounded. That was recommended by Dawn from Wolf Farms. She's a big fan of it, and let's see, let's try it this way. It's just nicely rounded. It gives you even a scoosh more room this way. I have yet to wear it, so I'll let you know what I think when I get to wear it, but I'm loving it. The yarn is Hibiscus, which is by Yarn Loft, dyed by Julia. Okay. And this is what it looks like in skein form. It looks like spring, doesn't it? So I'm loving that. And then I have to apologize because after I said last week, I only have Amy Beth and Chicken Soup Designs bags, and I said I only have a couple bags. I've been downstairs, and I'm like, I got a lot of bags. What am I talking? But I remembered, oh my goodness, how could I forget? Sadie Share. Yay. And she made this gorgeous bag that my next project's in, and of course, because I love, there's a name for, is it Anglophile, when you just love things having to do with England. And so this is my adorable bag that she made. And I love this bag, but somehow I got, because I put it away where it belonged. What? I had forgotten I have this, and it's only been a few months since I got it, so shame on me. But anyway, I love this bag, Sadie Share. Please know that I do. And I also had another bag from Poke Dedge, I think I got. I love that bag. Anyway, I have bags. I'm not without them. All right, but my project that I spent the most time on was the Raspberry Cordial Shawl, which is part of the March Match-Along.
Marches for matching.
Mm-hmm. And our own Tanya Marie. Is it possible that we have two people in the same podcast with Marie's middle name?
Marie is a very popular middle name, so I would not be, or name period, so I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm pretty sure Tanya's middle name is Marie. And anyway, she is the sampler girl. She has a podcast that's audio and sometimes video. And I love her audio podcasts, but frankly, I just love seeing her. And when she has her mom on, even better. Not because I don't love Tanya by herself. Or is it Tanya? It's probably Tanya. I'm like Tanya. Anyway, this is her Raspberry Cordial Shawl in honor of Anne of Green Gables. When Anne invites her best friend ever, her kindred spirit friend, over for a little afternoon tea, and they share raspberry cordial, but it's not raspberry cordial, it's an alcoholic beverage. But
oopsie,
look at me doing lace and actually doing the right thing.
Oh my goodness.
I think this is how it's supposed to look.
You're amazing.
And you start down here and work your way up. And I'm now in the striping section, and I really am very curious as to the shape of the shawl.
What do you think it's going to end up being?
Well, I'm now wondering if it's going to be asymmetrical, which is very exciting if it is. But I love this. What I'm having trouble everywhere is getting the colors to show. This always comes out gray, and it's actually a color named... It's not peony. What's a purple that has a P as a beginning letter? Do I have it written down? What? Stink. Sorry. Anyway, it's a purple. Pansy, yes. So the color is called Pansy, so it's a bluish purple. It's not gray. This is a raspberry color. And this is shepherd's wool, which is, let's see, I got it on Loopy U, and it is a worsted weight wool, which I love. And it actually, Brianne, if you would feel it for me, just tell me what you think. Isn't it soft?
It is very soft, yes.
It has body to it, but it's really soft. And I'm thinking, I think actually she knit hers out of a cashmere, but I didn't want to.
Which, that would be very elegant.
It would be very elegant.
Yes.
But I'm loving this.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see it finished. I think I can finish it next week. And I won't show it all wrinkly like I am now. I don't have enough big bags, so apparently everything's goody jammed. But you know what? This shawl with, I have 2 skeins of yarn in here. And this is Sadie Share's bag. I have no idea if she's still making bags. Sadie Share, if you're still making bags, people know. There we go. So that I worked on that. Let's see. The rest, well, let's see. I did some, this is not finished, but I've been experimenting. This is the rabbit hole I fell down about crocheting with beads. This is one I worked on last night. It's not done yet, but can you see how you string the beads on the yarn? And this is just fingering weight yarn. I use 2 different colors here. I don't know if you can tell. Just stripe. And then you've got the edging in a lot of beads and just a few beads in the center. These are matte colored beads, so they're not shiny. There's only a few little shiny ones in there. But I thought it would make a really fun bracelet. I don't have a what do you call it, a closure on it yet, but I thought it'd be really fun. What I've been carried away with is the idea of stacking bracelets.
Yes.
And I love that look. And so I thought it'd be really fun as a knitter to wear as one of your stacking bracelets something that you have made.
Sure.
Which I think would be really fun. So this is just an idea I was doing.
Okay.
So segueing into what I got finished is this. And this is not Brianne's favorite, but it is mine. Let's see if I can get closer. Oh, the lighting is not good for this. This is a mother of pearl vintage buckle. This is some hand spun mohair. And it's got some beads in it. So half of the bracelet has a mohair chunk. And then on top of, underneath that is some beautiful hand-dyed sock yarn. And then it's closed with a stack of vintage buttons I had. And I put this little blank just to give a little extra pop, but it was a little too artsy for Brianne.
I think you got a nice word for it. It doesn't always have to be my favorite.
She's like, John. But I like it, and I'm thinking, you know, if you make a mohair yarn, there's not a lot of mohairy objects that you want to wear. Would you agree? I mean, do you want my whole head mohair?
That would be interesting.
And even like a whole big cowl mohair, it just would make a big statement.
It would.
Maybe you want it as an edging on something or whatever, but I thought, wouldn't it be fun to have a little piece of my hand spun? And I love the little curls. And when I'm looking at it, I can see the little curls and the little beads that are in there. Oh, I can also see a little bit of breakfast. Oh no, that's not breakfast.
And I like, that's a statement piece, but like if you were to have like a big cowl or a sweater, that would be a statement piece.
Yes.
And that's not that.
No, but it is. I realize not everybody's going to want to wear that, but you know, for me, it was really fun to have, to be able to wear not only this vintage buckle that I love, but a little bit of my spinning. So that was the rabbit hole I fell down. And I finished another crocheted, I don't think they might be calling it bead crochet, but I love this one, and this one's probably not going to show up extremely well either, but you've got the hand dyed here, but I didn't dye it, it's an indie dyer, and then you've got this edging of the loops of beads, and they feel so cool on your skin. It's got a really nice drape to it, and I use crochet for the little closure part also. And then this is a check glass bead from my collection. And I've tried this, I can't keep them all, but I tried this one on too. Now I would say this kind of stacking is a little much. Even I don't want to pull that off. But let's see if I can get this around with
know your limits.
Let's not do it while we're on camera. But it really feels wonderful on, and I have no idea. This is one I was hoping to send to my friend Peggy. I did not cover the back. It was not objectionable to me, but the question is, would you expect that the back would be covered? I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. But that was what I've been doing, and I have, I don't know, pages of notes of ideas I have, and I'm so excited about some of them. So it's just like, gets better and better. Then when I try them and I wear them and I see what I like, and I had a bangle on this one, a little dangly thing, and it kept hitting against this and making a noise, so that had to go.
Yeah. Sensory overload.
Yes. I also finished, I won't show you all the handy hearts I finished, but this is one I especially liked.
So cute.
And
that's adorable.
I would say it's extremely easy if you know any crochet. This flower is made by just doing a center with 10 double crochets around it, and then you pull it tight and tack it in place. And I tied it and let the strings hang out like the center of a flower. That's super simple. And then you can see here that I've laid the stem down as a long piece and tacked it in place several places. Super easy. And the leaves are just long straight stitches. I mean, that's about as simple as it gets, but as probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Love
That's
it.
adorable.
So that was really fun. I also finished 2 hats. What the heck?
You've been busy.
This is one that tried to be a night sky hat, and then I had to rip it because I kept getting Mobius. And so it ended up becoming another McTavish hat.
So
is this my first one?
Because
okay, so
your first one was brown.
So this is my first. Did I wear it last week?
No.
I'm so confused.
I don't think so.
This is my first McTavish hat then, which I love. I used a wood button. Oh, no, I didn't. I used a vintage buttons. Who am I? What I did, this is I don't think it's celluloid, but it's a really early one. I'm guessing it could be even in the 20s or 30s. And then I layered a piece over it to give it a little extra detail.
Can I see?
Uh-huh.
That's pretty. I like that.
So it's very lightweight. I put something else on it, and it was so heavy, my head felt like I was doing this. So,
well, you can't do that.
No. It looks super cute on, but I was a little bit warm today for wearing another hat. And then, I don't know why, it was like I had just cast that one off, and I said, I need another one. I have my scarf that I did with gray and pink, like you all should remember my wardrobe. This was probably last fall.
There will be a test.
I did. I think it was a hand-spun shawl. And I thought, I want a hat to wear if I didn't have any gray, but I did have more pink hand-spun. And so I made another McTavish hat out of pink hand-spun. Isn't it cute?
It is super cute.
This one I used, if you go on Etsy, there's a button vendor. There's actually a number of button vendors that sell these coconut buttons.
Yeah. That's coconut?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I think it's such a great neutral. They are super affordable.
Yeah.
I mean, just talking cents. They come in all sizes. I think they come even a bigger size than this. But they are great for projects like this. And I actually soaked it with the button on, going, well, I guess I'll find out if I can do that. If it falls apart. But it did not fall apart. And this one's a little bit heavier than the other hat. But I think it's adorable. I don't know how I'll feel about having a pink hat on. Maybe some episode I'll wear it, and then you can help me judge. If not, it might get gifted. But I love it. I've got blue nails, so I mean, like, am I going to be... Just saying.
Get you some purple hair and you'll be set.
I know.
Dad would love that.
And there's, of course, so many more things that have happened, but we must stop somewhere.
At some point, we have to draw the line.
Yes. What came off your needles?
Well, I finished these socks. Oh, I'm going to drop a tag. These are the Fable Socks, which I knit for Mom. They're going to be a Christmas present for her. This is where I was.
I love those. Right
here last week. And then I finished them off, and I bound them off yesterday, right before dinner. So,
that's what you're working on.
That was what I was working on. Yep. Brian loves these.
I was thinking they would make a great sock for a man.
Yeah. Brian loves them, and he said that he was going to have to fight Mom for them. You're doing great, honey. Just a little bit longer, okay? I know. You're so patient. Thank you so much.
He's
in just a couple minutes.
He's tired of waiting. I have something amazing. I take things from children.
There's the name of the podcast.
Oh yeah,
I take things from children.
Yeah. Good one.
So I basically just finished the second half of the second sock this week, and these will be going into my gift box. And I'm super excited about them.
I'm very excited.
I wish that I could keep them, but
Well, you can.
Well, no. You know what? I am determined to work on Christmas presents early this year and to get them done. And because I don't like that panicked feeling as it gets closer, I want to be able to enjoy it. And, this last year, I didn't do as many handed or crafted gifts as I wanted.
We were moving. We didn't have time for that.
Exactly. We moved like December 13th or something around there. We were moving, and it's not conducive to trying to get your hand knits in for Christmas. So, but this year I wanted to get them done, and so I'm starting earlier. But as soon as I started knitting up these socks and I saw how the colors and the pattern come together, and I love the fact that it's not like an established pattern.
Well, you're making the other socks for me. Why don't you keep these?
No, these are for you. Yes. They are yours. So this is what I finished, and I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, it's a great combo.
Yes.
Love it.
So let's talk about spinning. Have you been spinning this week?
I've been rescating, not as much as I should. I really got to get back to work. I've taken a bit of a sidetrack, so
yeah.
I just get too many ideas.
It's hard.
I put them in this folder. I should probably show people really quick. Every year I get some kind of a journal, but lately I've been getting these. They sit. Yeah, Studio O. They sit completely flat like that, which I love, and you don't have a spiral thing in the middle, and they just have lines, and I love them. I basically will write the date down each day. I skip some, but and then I'll put what I've been working on, any things I want to remember, fun things that happen. So it's kind of like a journal, kind of like a work notebook, but it's also, I put my Bible study notes in there.
That's great.
Everything.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yay. I've been doing some spinning. I didn't bring down my bobbin just because I'm not in a place where I felt like it would be an easy thing to do. But this is my Falkland wool that I got from Hot Pink Socks, Stephanie.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to feel it. It's soft and it's lofty and it's fun, and that's
a really interesting texture.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying spinning it, and I've decided that it's going to grow up to be a hat for Ailish because, hello, pink and purple. If it doesn't turn into a hat for Ailish, she's going to be so disappointed. She loves to wear hats, and she loves pink and purple, so it's a match made in heaven.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like the frosting on a cupcake, the white with the sprinkles.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if it's going to knit up like that.
Be
fun to see.
Yeah. So that's what I've been spinning.
Love it.
Yes.
Good job.
Thank you very much. What comes next?
Let's see. If I advance it, Gilding the Lily.
Ooh.
Well,
tell me.
We had Spill It. I was on Instagram, and Crow Julie said that she had some stitch markers that were extras that she did not need.
First of all,
is there something?
How do you ever have too many stitch markers?
You know what? I wonder, did she really have too many, or is she just a really sweet person?
I think she's probably just a really sweet person, because never in my life have I ever said, I think I have too many stitch markers.
Yeah, me either.
Never.
I don't know if I had showed this last week. I might have, where I did the beauty pageant stash on my largest heart. And that one goes in my work basket. It's so easy to find that way, and my scissors are just tucked in there. But I attach these really cute stitch markers, and some of you might have seen them. I have seen them on Etsy. I've also seen them on eBay. And the shape is really interesting. And she's been using them for stitch markers. And I don't have a needle to show you, but let's see, against my shirt. You can see the little bit that hangs down gives you a place to get your needle tip in. And you know, sometimes if you have a stitch marker that's a little bit tight, it can be a little fiddly getting it from one to the other. And I could see these being used for many things. I just think they're adorable, for one thing.
Definitely.
But I was so happy to get these. Thank you so much for sharing them. And the package came, and it did not just have stitch markers in it.
No, it did not. It had stitch markers for you and for me. And it had an adorable little notebook for each of us.
A little notepad, so cute.
Yes. And as well as 2 face cloths.
Yeah. Hand crocheted.
Yes.
And not just like, it was like a fancy thing.
It was. Like kind of lacy and delicate and beautiful. And Ayla immediately stole mine. And that's okay with me.
You know, we're big fans of knitted dishcloths around here, or crocheted ones, so I'm all about that. So thank you, but I thought maybe some of you might have seen these before and want to know what I think of them. I'm using them on my socks now to mark my progress because they're so cute.
Yes.
Anyway, I love them. I'm sure they must come in different sizes.
Oh, I'm sure.
So I don't know. What would you say? This looks like it's less than an inch, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
So this is a smaller one.
Yeah.
But I have it clipped to the beauty pageant sash on my handy heart.
I love it. That's awesome.
So they are handy, all my tools.
Yay.
What did you get anything in?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get anything in?
Mm-hmm. I did.
Okay, what is it?
So,
let's see.
I was feeling very jealous of the fact that Brian got to go on a vacation and I did not. And so I may have ordered some yarn. And by may have, I mean I did.
Okay, well let's just purge and empty all the guilt right here on the podcast.
I have no guilt actually. But,
okay.
So I got it from Wool Sunday, who is Wool Sunday on Etsy.
Know her.
Sam, and the note card says, "Hey there, good looking," and I think she meant that just for me. I'm sure she printed it out just for me.
How cute.
And she says, "Hi, Brianne. I'm so honored that such a talented knitter likes using my yarn. My heart overfills with joy every time I think about it. Thank you for the yarn, love. See you soon, Samantha," because she's coming to our meetup.
We are fancy. We've got indie dyers coming to our meetup now.
I know. Can you believe it?
Fancy Instagram people,
yeah,
group members. I mean, it's like...
I know. I'm super excited. So, the first thing that I got was this thing of beauty right here. This is her Sunday sock base, which is a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, fingering sock weight. 463 yards approximately, and this is her Panic at the Disco muted colorway, and it is
really showing up well.
It is. So what you see is what you get.
It's gorgeous.
It is amazing.
Very rich,
isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
And what are you going to do with it?
I don't know. I don't know. This needs to wait, and I need to figure out what this wants to be.
You're going to pet it for a while, aren't you?
I'm totally going to pet it for a while. And the other thing that I got is this.
Wow. I love it.
This is the same base in her Life is Like a Box of Chocolates colorway.
I love it.
And this is also showing up very true on the screen. You have this beautiful chocolate brown color and this raspberry and the cream and the beautiful pink.
Very wearable pinks.
Yes. And not little girly.
Yeah, I know, like you're trying to be 12.
Exactly.
If you're 12, be 12.
Right, but I mean, I really can't pull off 12 anymore. 35, hard to pull off 12.
You can pull off anything you want, baby.
That's true. That's true. So I'm super excited about this.
Yeah, that's neat.
This needs to be something that will be seen by people.
Oh yeah,
not just socks, but
don't
this
hide
needs.
That. Well, this one too.
Oh, for sure.
But you're going to have to be doing a lot of fun knitting with that.
I know. So, Sam, you are such an amazing dyer, and I love your stuff. And did you feel it? Her yarn is soft and it's beautiful, and the socks that I've knit from her yarns have worn very, very well, and I've really enjoyed knitting with them. So thank you, Sam. Thank you for letting me buy your yarn because I love it. And again, that's Wool Sunday Yarn Parlor on Etsy, and I will put a link to her store in the show notes. If I can say that.
Say that 3 times fast.
Link to the store in the show notes. There you go.
Are you losing us?
I am.
Do we want to wear it anymore, or do we want to just have it
I'll
too.
just do this.
How about if you do it like this? Like you can do it like a kilt.
I'm not putting it around my waist.
Good.
No. So yeah, so there you go.
Great.
So let's talk about It's a Good Thing.
Yes. Okay. Let me get to my my pictures really quick. First of all, this is what Evan's been waiting for. He saw that I had gotten as a gift from my good friend Diane in California. I call her my best friend. I told her she has to be my best friend. I have a lot of best friends, don't I?
You do.
I love it. Anyway, she had seen me favorite something on Facebook, and it's empty because Evan's using the rest of them. But what I thought, in case you have need for a great highlighter, which, I mean, even for knitting patterns, for if you're Bible study or you're reading a book and you wanted to keep track of things. I had no idea they even had such a thing. These are called glide highlighters, okay? And I'll show you here. My pen's running out of ink, so I'm not sure it's going to really show up very well, but you can see, like, when you color with it. Oh, this is really weird doing it backwards. You can color over the words. It does not get rid of them. It's a very light highlighter effect. That looks great. Now it's going to bug me. It's not even. But
you wonder where I get it from.
The gel part of it makes it glide very nicely. Okay, there's a little bit of a tack left if you do as much as I did, but most people are not going to be doing this.
Right.
Okay, when you use it lightly, which I have, I've used it in my Bible, it did not go through. It does, the waxy part of it, there's a little bit, you can feel it. It doesn't dry completely like a highlighter. Once it's dry, you can't feel anything. You can feel a little bit of waxy, but I went back to some things I highlighted yesterday, and they seem dry now. It did not, when I closed my Bible and when I closed my journal, it did not smudge onto the other pages.
I can't stand that when that happens.
Yeah, it's very frustrating.
Yeah.
And so there's so many uses, I think, for these, but...
Do you think that'd be good for students?
Totally. For one thing, because they said you can leave the lids off and they don't dry out.
Oh, hello.
Which is wonderful.
Yeah.
These say love never fails. How cute is that? I just noticed love never fails. But if you go onto Amazon or go to Office Depot or Staples, whatever you use, if you go on and you look for a gel highlighter, that's what these are. They come in many different people make them, so this is not unique to this one. These ones are called Twist and Glide highlighters, and they are in the $6 to $7 category. I saw on Amazon they have another brand that's very similar to this. We can get 2 for $10. They say fluorescent. These say fluorescent too, but I guess that's fluorescent, but it's more in a pastel fluorescent.
Right.
I've gotten fluorescent before that was so searing to your eyes that I couldn't bear it.
Right.
But these are not that.
Now, in that package was pink, yellow, orange, green, and blue. Since you don't have the other colors to show, since Evan has them.
Right.
I just thought I would tell them what
Good
colors
idea.
that one came in.
And there is one on Amazon listed at $12, which seems a bit high for me, but it comes with a few extra colors, and they include purples and things like that. So I'm sure this is something that everybody knows about, but I didn't, so I was very excited.
I had no clue. That's exciting.
Yes. The other thing I wanted to show is somebody on Etsy. I have, now see, I'm giving someone's information before I really know if they're a good vendor, but they have 719 great reviews. I was very happy to find them. If you are a button fan like I am, this company is called Button Nova. Look at the cute buttons. Okay, I can't scroll through because this is actually just a photo. I wasn't sure I'd be able to get on there quick enough. But he has so many different varieties. I mean, pages and pages and pages of all different kinds of buttons. But there are many of these buttons that are like 10 buttons for $4.
Yeah.
Some of them are 2 or 3 buttons for $4 because they're larger.
Sure.
So it depends on how big they are. But they have shapes. There's a little kitty cat button, all sorts of really fun ones. Button Nova. I'll have the link in the
show notes?
project pages in the show notes. I'm planning on ordering a couple just to try them out. But I figure 719 is usually, that's not all your friends calling in saying you're good. So
that's true.
So I always love finding unique buttons. That doesn't surprise you at all, does it?
Not one bit.
Yeah.
Not one bit.
So let's see, where are we? That was my good thing. Do you have a good thing?
Yes, because we have a meetup coming up.
Yay!
Not this weekend, but next weekend. On the 21st at 10 o'clock in the morning, we will be at the Library Center in Springfield, Missouri. That is it's on South Campbell, right by the 65 freeway, by Academy Sports, and across the street from Andy's, which is a very important landmark for us.
Is there a Dave's Famous Barbecue or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, I will have a link to the directions in the show notes that you can find it and everything. But we will be there from 10 o'clock until sometime.
I'm really hoping, Saturdays, you never know what you're going to find.
It's true.
So I'm hoping we can get there. We should go early and try and stake out a spot.
Right. We'll be in the cafe area because we like drinks and we like... we like coffee. I can say we like coffee. We also have
vodka straight up.
10 o'clock in the morning, baby. But they also have pastries and yummy things and deliciousness. And it's a library. Who doesn't love libraries? So
we'll start there. And if it doesn't work out, then we'll come up with a better location. But I'm not really aware of what areas of Springfield are clear to get into on a Saturday.
Yeah, we don't spend a whole lot of time in Springfield if we don't have to.
And like Branson's really hit or miss. If it's season, you don't want to go anywhere downtown because it'll take you a long time.
It's true. Branson is a city of 10,000 people that ends up with, 2 million visitors a year?
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy.
It is crazy.
So anyways, so that's what I'm excited about.
Yes, it'll be fun. And what's different? Do we talk about what we're going to be doing while we're there?
We are going to have a prize drawing because we want you to come, and we're not above bribery.
We're not above bribery.
No, we will bribe you to come. So let's talk about our contest, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yes, I've got my project. I even put my project page up.
I'm so proud of you. Yeah. So March is for matching. That's our contest that we're doing right now. We are taking inspiration from others and making something that matches theirs. You can use the same pattern or yarn or color combination or all three or anything that you can think of. Please only post works in progress and finished objects in the contest thread and keep chatter in the chatter thread. We appreciate that. The rules are you must be a member of the group. 1 post per person, but you may edit the post as much as you like to add more than one project. You must have a link to your Ravelry project page that has pictures. We really want to keep it fair and make sure that if you are knitting something, right now, that we have pictures to prove it.
Well, actually, I don't care. I just want to see your pictures. It's just a way to make me happy.
Please make her happy. This contest is running from March 1st until March 31st, and the winner will be chosen by random number generator, and you will win a pattern download of your choice worth no more than $10. We had someone that donated that to us.
I'm so glad.
I know. And so we will, whenever we draw that prize, then I'll put you in contact with that person.
Can I just also mention, don't forget the Handy Hearts contest.
Yes,
which
please.
I talked about earlier, but I forgot to mention. Enter as many times as you like.
Right.
If you've done 5 hearts, you get 5 entries.
Yes.
But you need to do a different post for each heart, so you get credit for that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we are posting those in the chatter thread, right? I decided that
there's just one thread for that.
Yeah, and so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a number. If it's not a valid post, I'll just keep drawing numbers until I get one. So just feel free to chat. Feel free to whatever. We had people have some good ideas of things to do with them. One person made a refrigerator magnet with it.
I love it. That's such a good idea.
Yes. Where's yours?
I haven't made one yet. I'm sorry. When does that one end?
Ends the end of March.
End of March. Okay, so I need to make one.
Yes.
Yes. You can tell which contests are
you
the ones.
Feel the guilt and the pressure there?
I did. Check. So,
yes, I am a good mom.
I love you can tell which contests are run by you and which ones are run by me, because yours are like, anything works.
I know. I'm
everything's fine.
Just whatever.
Enter as many times as you like.
One stitch
Top
a
it.
minute, that's an entry.
So that you have time to plan, we also came up with our idea for April of our knit along or craft along, however you want to do it. We are doing anti-procrastination April. So we all have one. You might even have more than one. That pattern you've been intending to knit forever, the yarn you've been saving for the perfect project, the fiber you say you can't use because your spinning isn't good enough yet, the technique you've been meaning to learn for forever but aren't sure you're up for it. The time has come. Pick up those needles, wind the yarn, spin the fiber, and learn the technique. It's time to stop procrastinating and start doing. Rules. You must be a member of the group. Basically, it's the same as the last one. It's not hers, mine.
Yeah. Everything goes.
This contest runs from April 1st to the 30th. Winner will be chosen by random number generator and will win a bag stitched by Sasha.
How fun.
I know.
We love her bags.
We do. We know that.
Yes.
And I forgot to bring it down, but yeah.
I think we forgot last time. We'll have to make it up.
Yeah. Well, this is the first time that we've actually...
Oh.
We just created this like
2
the
other
hours
one was
ago.
the pattern, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they get to pick out that pattern, so... in any case, that is what we're doing for April. Anti-procrastination. I know I have an idea of what I'm going to be doing. You start thinking about it too.
I already have 2 ideas.
You do?
I do.
All right.
I would like to say, let's open it up also to weaving.
Of course.
Okay,
Anything.
so if you're a weaver, if you've always wanted to make a rag, go for it. I have been lured. Instagram. I have been lured into so many things, and one of the recent things was one Instagrammer is doing needle punch.
Oh.
With embroidery thread and stock yarns.
Huh.
And she's making little miniature rugs to use as a mat, a rug mat.
That's too cute.
Is that not adorable?
That sounds really cute.
And so the needle punch, needle punching tool is like $10 or $12 or under $20, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a huge investment.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me want to go and try it.
Fun.
So I might, because it's been one of those things that I don't need to do one more thing, but maybe I do. I have to for all of you because I have to do something.
That's right. Oh, how funny.
I also have some wonderful fiber, which I'm trying to remember, is it camel? What is it? You got me a fiber several years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I used a little bit of it in a bat. And I said, I'm not using the rest until I'm a better spinner. I don't want to just waste it. I want to actually focus on that fiber. So
yeah.
And I saw it again. I thought, I really need to do that. So I think I will do some spinning.
That's very cool.
That's what I'm thinking.
Very cool. I think you should.
But first I have to finish Raspberry Cordial, which is so close to being done.
You can do it.
Okay.
I know you can. Well, I think that's it.
Every time I think we're going to have nothing. And this time...
I know!
I sure had fun, did you?
Yeah, I did, for sure. I mean, you thought that we'd end up with like a 30-minute podcast. And
I was
here we are.
worried we'd be so boring. And I wasn't boring to me, but, don't tell me if you thought I was boring. Don't tell me. Let me live in my imaginary world where I'm fascinating.
I'm enchanting and everybody loves me.
Everyone loves me.
Yes, of course.
Okay, thanks.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for coming, everybody. We're so glad that you were here to join us for our time together, and we just appreciate it, and we can't wait to see you next week. And until then, we want you to remember that you are knitworthy. Bye.
Bye, y'all.